Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Shiv Guna Prabhu की जय.
Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Over to you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Tender pranams to all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So I think Sri Kumar Prabhu will not be able to join. Prabhuji said he's going for some temple visit. So I think we will continue then today. The Srimad Bhagavatam. I think we are starting today new chapter, no? Prabhuji? We are starting,
Yes,
right?
Prabhuji, chapter 4.
Yeah, fourth chapter. So I'll just share the screen. I think there is an introduction part. We can just read that introduction, but just give me 1 minute. I
Okay,
will open
Prabhuji.
that.
Can I read?
Yes, Mother. 1 minute. I will share the screen, Mataji. Then
Okay,
just,
Prabhuji.
so everybody can follow. Yeah, you can read now, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Canto 9, chapter 4. Ambarish Maharaj offended by Durvasa Muni. This chapter describes the history of Maharaj Nabaga, of his son Nabaga, and of Maharaj Ambarish. The son of Manu was Nabaga, and his son Nabaga lived for many years in the Gurukula.
Nabaga, Mataji. Nabaga.
Nabaga. In
Nabaga.
Nabaga's absence,
Nabaga.
Nabaga's absence, his brothers did not consider his share of the kingdom, but instead divided the property among themselves. When Nabaga returned home, his brothers bestowed upon him their father as his share. But when Nabaga went to his fathers and told him about the dealings of the brothers, his father informed him that this was cheating and advised him that for his livelihood he should go to the sacrificial arena and described two mantras to be chanted there. Nabaha executed the order of his father, and thus Angira and other great saintly persons gave him all the money collected in that sacrifice. To test Nabaga, Lord Shiva challenged his claim to the wealth, but when Lord Shiva was satisfied by Nabaga's behavior, Lord Shiva offered him all the riches. From Navaga was born Ambarisa, and the most powerful and celebrated devotee. Maharaj Ambarisa was the emperor of the entire world, but he considered his opulences temporary. Indeed, knowing that such material opulences is the cause of downfall into conditional life, he was unattached to this opulences. He engaged his sense and mind in the service of the Lord. This process is called Yukta Vairagya or peaceable renunciation, which is quite suitable for worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because Maharaj Ambarish, as the emperor, was immensely opulent, he performed devotional services with great opulence, and therefore, despite his wealth, he had no attachment to his wife, children, or kingdom. He constantly engaged his senses and mind in the service of the Lord. Therefore, To say nothing of enjoying material opulences, he never decide even liberation. Once Maharaj Ambrish was worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Vrindavana, observing the vow of the Davadasi on Davadasi, the day
Dvadasi.
of
Dvadasi.
Dvadasi, observing the vow of Dadasi on the Dadasi, the day after Ekadashi, when he was about to break Ekadashi fast, the great mystic yogi Durvasa appeared in the house and became his guest. King Ambarisa respectfully received Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni, after accepting his invitation to eat that, went to bath in the Yamuna river at noon time. Because he was observed in Samadhi, he did not come back very soon. Maharaj Ambarisha, however, upon seeing that the time to break the fast was passing, drank a little water in accordance with the advice of learned Brahmanas, just to observe the formality of breaking the fast. By mystic power, Durvasa Muni could understand that this had happened, and he was very angry. When he returned, he began to chastise Maharaj Ambrish, but he was not satisfied, and finally he created from his air a demon appearing like the fire of death. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, however, is always the protector of his devotee, and to protect Maharaj Ambarisha, he sent his disc, the Sudarshana Chakra, which immediately vanquished the fire demon, and then pursued Durvasa, who was so envious of Maharaj Ambrish. Durvasa fled to Brahmaloka, Shivaloka, and all the other higher planets, but he could not protect himself from the wrath of Sudarshana Chakra. Finally, he went to the spiritual world and surrendered to Lord Narayana, but Lord Narayana could not excuse a person who had offended a Vaishnava. To be excused from such an offense, one must submit to the Vaishnava whom he has offended. There is no other way to be accused. Thus, Lord Narayana advised Durvasa to return to Maharaj Ambrish and beg his pardon. Hare Krishna, and thank you all.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So very nice, important topic. I think my internet connection is a little bit. So 1 minute. I'll change this one connection. Hare Krishna. 1 minute on Hare Krishna. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Neshtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Ajnanatimarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamadam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagarajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lita Shri Vishakanitam Cha He Krishna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpataribhascha Kripa Sindhubhyev Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्यानंद नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य सतारिणे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा. So we are moving to another interesting chapter about Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj, actually we know, is a very great devotee, pure devotee of the Lord, and he is 9 process of definitely going back to home, back to Godhead. Any one process out of 9. But Maharaj Ambarish Maharaj was so exalted that he executed all the 9 process very nicely. So he was totally devoted to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and his pastime is given here. Before going to the Ambarish Maharaj pastime, we can see here uh, his father's the preview is given, like Ambarish Maharaj's father, how he was, like all these things are discussed in the introduction. So I don't know if there is purport in this one. Yes, there is purport. So somebody would like to recite this one, first verse. Nobody wants to recite?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhu, please, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, please.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4, Text number 1. Sri Suga Uvacha, Nabago Nabagapatyam, Nabago Nabagapatyam, Yam Tadam Bharada Kavim, Yam Tadam Bharada Kavim, Yavishtam Vebhajandayam, Yavishtam Vebhajandayam, Brahmacharinam Agatam, Brahmacharinam Agatam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Shukadeva Goswami said, the son of Nabaga, named Nabhaga, lived for a long time at the place of his spiritual master. Therefore, his brothers thought that he was not going to become a grihastha and would not return. Consequently, without providing a share for him, they divided the property of their father among themselves. When Nabhaga returned from the place of his spiritual master, they gave him their father as his share. Perfect. There are 2 kinds of brahmacharis. One may return home, marry, and become a householder, whereas the other, known as Brihat Brada, takes a vow to remain a brahmachari perpetually. The Brihat Brada brahmachari does not return from the place of the spiritual master. He stays there and later he directly takes sannyasa. Because Nabhaga did not return from the place of his spiritual master, his brothers thought that he had taken Brihat Brada Brahmacharya. Therefore, they did not preserve his share, and when he returned, they gave him their father as his share. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you all.
Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu. Able to hear me? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes,
Now,
we would like to
now
share
it is there.
something, bro. I don't know, my net is little weak, bro. You would like to add some points, bro, please.
Prabhuji, in that another name of this Brihadar Brahmachari is Naishtika Brahmachari also, no?
Yeah, Naishtika Brahmachari. One who is celibate throughout his life. Yes, yes.
That is
Naishtika Brahmachari.
perpetually Brahmachari. The two words, one Brihad Brahmachari and Naishtika Brahmachari for same person. Yes. Other one is Grihastha Brahmachari.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, bro. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Brihat Pratap
Hey, do you
Brahmachari.
want to ask anything from translational purpose? They can ask. Prabhuji, one thing, this type of cheating, it is there in Satya Yuga also. Nowadays, the property, they did not confirm whether he is coming back or not. They just divided the property.
Yeah.
When
Yes, yes.
and
Always, the kind of, there is always this kind of things happen.
tendency, yes.
Yeah.
But,
Is there just
but
such problem? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. Anything just such Prabhu you're telling?
If the other brother is getting good business, this brother
Yes.
naturally become envious.
Yes.
So enviousness is there even within the this thing, like within the same family members. One is flourishing, the other naturally becomes envious.
Yes.
And that's why, during the sharing of property and all, there is some kind of, mostly there are disputes, like who gets the major share or something like that. So same thing we can
Yes,
see
Prabhu.
here.
Major
So,
share or best part of the share.
yeah. Yes, it is there. That is this nature of our conditioned soul has this, what is this, enviousness. And it is said that Srimad Bhagavatam is not for people who are envious. In the beginning, it's a Nirmat Saranam. It said Nirmat Sarana means those who are non-envious, they can relish Srimad Bhagavatam. So the introduction is actually first 12 verses discussing about the story of Nabaga. Again, who is Nabaga? Is one of the son of Manu. Okay. So when Nabaga, he went to the spiritual master ashram and he lived there for a long time. So the brothers, they thought that he is not going to become Grasa, so why to give him the share? So consequently, they divided the father's property within themselves. But when Nabaga returned from the place, they gave him the father as a share. Like, sometimes they give the old people, like parents, you take care of the parents, like that. Given the father, they told, okay, you take, your share is your father, you take care of him, like that. So, as Prabhuji mentioned, there are two kinds of brahmacharis. One may return home, so that persons who may return home and marry and become a householder. Okay, so he becomes a grasta. So, out of this varnashram system, you can see brahmachari. Next stage is grasta. Grahastha. And then after that, Vanaprastha and then Sannyas. So after training in the Gurukul to become is a brahmachari, then there are two ways where the person can take a decision. Both are approved by the Shastra. One is to become a Grahastha and one is to continue the brahmachari life. Whereas the other is known as Brihat takes a vow to remain as a brahmachari perpetually. So as Prabhuji said, this Naishtika brahmachari. The Brihat brahmachari does not return from the place of the spiritual master. He stays there and later he directly takes sannyas. That is also because Nabaga did not return from the place of his spiritual master. His brothers thought that he had taken Brihat Vrata, Brahmacharya. Therefore, they did not preserve his share. And when he returned, they gave him their father as his share. So this is the preview before Ambarish Maharaj. So what happens here? Then we come consequent verses there. But we should understand this Ambarish Maharaj pastime is very famous. Prabhupada quoted Ambarish Maharaj, the sloka verse, say how we should practice Krishna's consciousness. Saivai mana Krishna pada ravindur vacham si vaikunta gunan varnane. So how Ambarish Maharaj actually used everything in the service of the Lord. Like Ambarish Maharaj was such a pure devotee. He used his eyes in seeing the beautiful form of the Lord. And he used his ears to hear the glories of the Lord. So every sense he was using in the service of the Lord. And he used the nose to smell the flowers and the tulsi offered to the Lord. And then Alinganam, he used his body to actually to embrace the devotees of the Lord. And then he used his feet to walk to the temple of the Lord. He used his hands to cleanse the temple of the Lord. Like that, Saive Mana, and he used his mind always to remember the lotus feet of the Lord. Saive Mana Krishna Padara Vindayor Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanu Varnani. So that very famous verse Prabhupada always used to quote, how a person can become Krishna conscious. Prabhupada always gives the example of Ambarish Maharaj. And here we can see how Durvasa Muni offends Ambarish Maharaj. So one of the 10 offenses is actually the first offense, and the great offense is to offend. What is that offense? First offense is to blaspheme a devotee who has dedicated his life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. That is considered to be the serious offense also. Because Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna will forgive even if you do any offense to him. He will forgive. He will not take it serious. But if you offend his devotee, then Krishna will not forgive. So that's why it is on the 10 offenses, the first is on the top list. It is actually to be very careful not to offend any Vaishnava. If you offend Vaishnava, then all our bhakti will be destroyed. It is like, say, the mad elephant is entering to a field and it is destroying everything. Like that, this offense is considered to be a mad elephant offense. That means it will destroy the bhakti creeper. So always Prabhupada used to say Vaishnava offense is very heinous, very grave, means very serious also. So we should make sure that we don't offend. But of course, we are always in moving along with Vaishnavas. There may be some Vaishnavas who may be very dear to us. Some Vaishnavas may be not in our same mood or temperament. And always it is said that if somebody is not gelling with us properly, we can always respect them and maintain some distance. But we should not offend them. We should not offend because they are also engaged in the service of the Lord. So that is one thing, great lesson we are learning here. Many lessons you will learn from Ambarish Maharaj. One is that is how he is a great devotee, how he engaged all the senses in the service of the Lord. That is one thing. And the second thing is how if you offend a devotee, how you will fall down, even though you are an exalted person like Durvasa Muni. And even Krishna will not forgive. Here also Krishna will not forgive. Even though Ambarish Maharaj taken the shelter of Krishna, Krishna said, I cannot help you. Where you offended the devotee, go and take forgiveness from him, not from me. If he will forgive, automatically he will be forgiven. So that is there. And I think in Mayapur, there is a specific place, I forgot the name, that place, if at all we do Vaishnava offense, we need to go and pray there. But always recommended is, when you are offending a Vaishnava, you have to go to the Vaishnava directly and ask for forgiveness. That is Vaishnava etiquette. So here we can see the story of Nabaga is given, and the share of the property is given, and how they thought that the younger brother will not come. So Nabaga was not given any share. And then Nabaga went and expressed his concern to his father, and his father is giving some advice on how to handle this situation. And that we will continue. Prabhu would like to add something on this?
One thing, I think Nabaga is Manu's son's son, no?
Manu's son?
Manu's son is Nabaga. Nabaga's son is Nabaga.
Okay. So, okay, Prabhu. So, I'm not very clear on that. So, Manu's son is actually.
Yes. Probably it is there in the description. It is there. Son of Manu was Nabaga, and his son Nabaga. Nabaga and Nabaga.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nabaga and Nabaga.
Nabaga, yes.
Okay. Thank you, bro. Thank you for that. And yeah, Nabaga's son is Nabaga. Correct. Story of Nabaga. Yes, okay. Thank you, bro. And so, any other devotees have any questions on this discussion, or we'll go to the next verse?
And probably the word Naishtiga in the synonyms that Brahmacharinam, that Prabhupada written, Brahmachari perpetually, then bracket he given Naishtiga also.
Naishtiga, correct.
The synonym,
so,
synonyms.
Yeah.
Synonym.
Yes.
So we have two words for them. Brahmachari, Naishtiga.
Great.
Yes,
great. Like Bhishma Pitamaha, no?
Brihadaranya.
Upanishad also there.
Like,
Brihadaranya Upanishad is there, no, bro? On Upanishad, right?
Yes.
So that is so. Brihat means great, right?
Great. Yes.
Yeah.
Big,
So it is
big.
not easy to become Naistika Brahmachari. You need to be having very. That's why it is called Brihat.
Yes.
So one time actually, when Prabhupada came to India, I think everybody, people who came to receive in the airport, like all the great people, like, this president or, all the great, after Prabhupada was preaching in America and he came back, when he came with the Western disciples, almost all the top personalities, not the normal devotees, the big personalities from the government, they were all coming to receive Srila Prabhupada. And they all fell
Very
down
good.
at his feet.
Hare
And
Krishna.
Prabhupada turned to one of his disciples and asked, do you know why they are falling at my feet? The disciple said, Prabhupada, because you are a, sannyasi, you are a spiritual master. He said, no, they are falling in my feet because I have conquered the sixth desire. So it is said that the sixth desire is so strong for
Yes.
all the jivatmas within this. So it is said it's a shackle which is bind Janasa Mohayam Aham Mameti. So the first is that the shackle. So it is strongly binding. And somebody who is able to overcome that is actually considered to be very great person. So that's why sannyasis are given great respect because they have renounced that greatest strong drive within themselves. They are able to sublime that by the mercy of by taking the shelter of Krishna wholeheartedly. So that's why it is called as Brihat Vrita Brahmachari. Because other Brahmachari is there that he will marry after some time. So, but this is lifelong is called as Naishtika Brahmachari or Brihat Vrita Brahmachari. Okay, Prabhu, thank you, Hare Krishna. So, if
Hare
there are
Krishna.
any questions, if not, we'll go to the 9.4.2. There is no purport, so we can continue till we get the Srila Prabhupada purport. Hare Krishna. Who wants to recite? 9.4.2. Hare Krishna. Yeah, please.
व्रतरो अभंत किं मुख्यं व्रतरो अभंत किं मुख्यं भजमापितरं तव त्वं ममार्यस्तथा भंशो म पुत्रक तत् अग्रता व्रततो अभंत किं मुख्यं भजाम पितरं तव त्वं ममार्यस्तथा भंशो म पुत्रक तत् अग्रतः. Translation, Srila Prabhupada teacher. Now Bhaga inquired, my dear brothers, what have you given to me as my share of our father's property? His elder brothers answered, we have kept our father's as your share. But when Nabhaga went to his father and said, my dear father, my elder brothers have given you as my share of property. The father replied, my dear son, do not rely upon their cheating words. I am not your property. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So 9.4.3.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Thank you, Prabhu. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.3. Ime angirasa satram asate daya asumedhasa sashtam sashtemupetyayaha kabe muhanti karmani ime angirasa satram asate daya sumedhasa sashtam sashtemupetyayaha kabe muhanti karmani. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Chandra Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Ki Jai. Translation. Nabhaga's father said all the descendants of Angira are now going to perform a great sacrifice, but although they are very intelligent, on every 6 days they will be wearied in performing sacrifice, and will make mistake in their daily duties. Translation one second. Nabhaga's father said, all the descendants of Angira
Angira.
are Angira are now going to perform a great sacrifice, but although they are very intelligent, on every 6 days we will read in performing sacrifice and will make mistake in their daily duties purpose. Nabhaga was very simple-headed, therefore, when he went to his father, the father, out of compensations for his son,
Compassion.
compassion for his son, suggested that as a means of livelihood, Nabhaga could go
Lively,
to the
livelihood.
Nabhaga could go to the descendant of Angara and take advantage of their misgiving in performing Anjana. Hare Krishna.
Yajna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yajna. Thank you, Prabhu. So here you can see how Nabaga father is very compassionate. He is giving idea to his son, like how we can go and they will do some mistake in the when they are doing when Angira Muni is doing that great sacrifice. So they can go do, and then by that he can do something for them and ensure his livelihood by taking advantage of the misgiving, performing yajna. So this is advice by Nabaga's father. So we'll go to the next one, 9.4.4 to 5. Yeah, there is no purport. We can recite this verse also, 4 and 5. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Anyone
Krishna,
wants to
Prabhuji.
recite?
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes,
Hare
Mata.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mata.
Srimad
Please,
Bhagavatam
please.
9.4.4 and 5. तांस्त्वं शंसय सूक्ते द्वे वैश्वदेवे महात्मनः ते स्वर्यन्तो धनं सत्रा परिशेषितम् आत्मनः दास्यन्ति ते तान् अर्चा तथा सा कृतवान् यथा तस्मै दत्त्वा ययुः स्वर्गं ते सत्रा शेषणं. Translation and purport by Translation by Srivanagari Bhaktivedanta Central Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Nabhaga's father continued, go to those great souls and describe two Vedic hymns pertaining to Vaishwadeva. When the great sages have completed the sacrifice and are going to the heavenly planets, they will give you the remnants of the money they have received from the sacrifice. Therefore, go there immediately. Thus, Nabhaga acted exactly according to the advice of his father, and the great sages of the Angira dynasty gave him all their wealth and then went to the heavenly planets. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. So it is very self-explanatory what is happening here. How Nabaga's father given idea for the livelihood of uh, here. So we'll go to the next verse. Here, yes. Anyone wants to recite? 9.4.6.
Hare Krishna. Nobody else?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, please.
Tam kasyit स्विकर्ष्यन्दं पुरुषः कृष्णदर्शनः वाचोत्तरो अभ्यर्थ्य ममेदं वस्तुकं वसुः तं कश्चित् स्विकर्ष्यन्दं पुरुषः कृष्णदर्शनः वोचोत्तरो अभ्येत्य ममेध्यं वस्तुकं वसुः. Thereafter, while Nabhaga was accepting the riches, a black-looking person from the north came to him and said, all the wealth from this sacrificial arena belongs to me.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So here 9.4.7, I will recite. Mamedam rishibir dattam iti tarhi sma manavaha shyan naute pitari prashnaha prashtavan pitaram yata. Nabaga then said, these riches belong to me. The great saintly persons have delivered them to me. When Nabhaga said this, the black-looking person replied, "Let us go to your father and ask him to settle our disagreement." In accordance with this, Nabhaga inquired from his father. So here one twist is happening, that when he has received the wealth from the sages after their sacrifice, they were living to the heavenly planets, but they given all the riches collected in the sacrifice to Nabhaga. Nabhaga, when he's taking the wealth and coming, one black-looking person, he told, "This all belongs to me. So give it to me." The Nabhaga is replying, "No, these riches belong to me, because this great saintly person, they have delivered this to me." So now the black-looking person replied, "Let us go to your father and ask him to settle our disagreement." Because this person is saying it belongs to me. Nabhaga is telling it belongs to me. Then he's telling that, "Let us go to your father. Then he will settle who will be the fair shareholder of this one." Hare Krishna. So then 9.4.8. Anyone wants to say? Okay, I'll read. Yajnavastu gatam sarvam uchishtam prashaya kvachit chakrurhi bhagam rudraya sadeva sarvamarati. Translation translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The father of Nabhaga said, "Whatever the great sages sacrificed in the arena of the Daksha Yajna, they offered to Lord Shiva as his share. Therefore, everything in the sacrificial land certainly belongs to Lord Shiva." See, very beautifully, the father is giving the justice now. The father of Nabhaga said that, see, whatever great sages sacrificed in the arena of Daksha Yajna, we all know Daksha Yajna already, it's very famous, Daksha Yajna. They offered to Lord Shiva as his share. Therefore, everything in the sacrificial arena certainly belongs to Lord Shiva. Prabhu, I have a doubt here. Now we have this Daksha Yajna. See, this also Daksha Yajna, this is a different Yajna.
Krishna Prabhuji, other one was conducted by Daksha. So it is Daksha Yajna.
This Yajna is
different. This is the name of the Yajna. The word Daksha got many meanings.
Yeah, that was conducted by Daksha, and this itself, this Yajna is actually Daksha Yajna.
Named Yajna, yes.
Name is Daksha Yajna, but Daksha is not here.
No. Only Angira's descendants are there.
Okay. Thank you.
So other one is like status of Daksha is a direct Prajapati.
Yeah.
I think he may be in hierarchy. He may be even elder to Angira, or at least equal. Or elder.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So next one, 9.4.9. Anyone wants to say?
And yes, probably I'll recite. No. I mean, if Prabhu, Ramasabha wanted to say it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do one by one, no problem.
One Prabhuji and next Prabhuji. Yeah, Ramashri Prabhu one, then Sudashna.
In between, some other members also may come up, Prabhu. So we'll give them chance.
Anyone is open to any. Anyone.
Ramashri Prabhu, go ahead. Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.9. नाभागस्तं प्रणमयाः तवेश किल वास्तुकम् इत्याह मे पिता ब्राह्मण क्षीरसा त्वं प्रसादये नभागस्तं प्रणमयाः तवेश किल वास्तुकम् इत्याह मे पिता ब्राह्मण क्षीरसा ब्राह्मण.
If you put line, then only Brahman.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Yeah, both has different meaning. Brahman has different meaning, Brahman has different meaning. Right?
Okay.
So when there is line on the top, then it is Brahman. Brahman. Here it's Brahman. Brahman means here you can see. Oh, here also Brahmana only, but here Brahman, pronunciation is Brahman. Okay, thank you, bro.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Okay. Thereupon, after offering obeisances to Lord Shiva, Prabhuji, read translation. Sorry.
Okay, Prabhu. Translation. His Divine Grace Abhay Chandra Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila ki jai. Thereupon, after offering obeisance to Lord Shiva, Nabhaga said, "O worshipable Lord, everything in this arena of sacrifice is yours. This is the assertions of my father. Now, with great respect, I bow my head before you, begging your mercy. Translation once again. Thereupon, after offering obeisance to Lord Shiva, Nabhaga said, O worshipable Lord, everything in this arena of sacrifice is yours. This is the assertion of my father. Now, with great respect, I bow my head before you, begging your mercy. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. So here we see that black person is none other than Lord Shiva. So Nabaga, as was father's response, he was very happily ready to give all the share to the Lord. So he said, "O worshipable Lord, everything in this arena of sacrifice is yours. This is the assertion of my father. Now, with great respect, I bow my head before you, begging your mercy." So Nabaga pleased actually Lord Shiva by offering everything to Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is coming to test actually Nabaga, and Nabaga has passed this test by offering everything to the Lord. 9.4.10. Anyone wants to say it? Mataji, any Matajis want to say it? Prabhu, Sudarshan was there, Prabhu also.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes,
Yes.
I will do. I will do. Yes, nobody has come up. I will do. Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4, Text number 10. Yate pita vadat dharmam tvam cha satyam prabha rase dadamite mandra trisho jnanam brahma sanatanam. Translation by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Lord Shiva said, whatever your father has said is the truth, and you also are speaking the same truth. Therefore, I who know the Vedic mantras shall explain transcendental knowledge to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So now Lord Shiva is beginning to explain the transcendental knowledge, because he was very much pleased with Nabaga's response. Test number 9.4.11. Mataji, is anybody want to recite?
Extra words. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, Mataji, please.
9.4.11. Grihana dravinam dattam matsatra parishishitam iti uktvantarhito rudro bhagavan dharma vatsalaha. Translation. Lord Shiva said, now you may take all the wealth remaining from the sacrifice, for I give it to you. After saying this, Lord Shiva, who is most adherent to the religious principles, disappeared from that place. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, wonderful thing here, Lord Shiva is showing his causeless mercy to Nabaga. You can see here how he is responding. This is the way the Lord, reciprocates, like Lord Krishna or Lord Shiva. They may demand so many things from us, but once you surrender to them, they will give it back to us. They only see our mentality. So Prabhupada says, like in the Nectar of Instruction beginning, the advancement of Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. What is our attitude, whether we are in the enjoying mood, or what is our attitude towards all these things, whatever we are seeing in this material world. So that is very important. Seeing Nabaga's reply, the Lord Shiva was extremely pleased and delivered him the transcendental knowledge and also wealth also. That we can see here. Lord Shiva said, now you may take all the wealth remaining from the sacrifice, for I give it to you. After saying this, Lord Shiva, who is the most adherent to the religious principles, disappeared from that place. So Lord Shiva came, tested, and is so happy with Nabaga's response. So he given the transcendental knowledge, as well as he given all the wealth, and then disappeared from that place. So last verse, this one story of Nabaga, 9.4.12. With this today we will wind up. Yeah, someone wants to recite?
Okay,
This is
Prabhu.
actually
Yes,
Falashruti.
yes. Yes, Satish Prabhu.
Hare
Yes, Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, don't people want to recite?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Please.
य एतत् संस्मरेत प्रतः स्वयं च सुसमहिता कविर्भवति मन्त्रज्ञो गतिं चैव त्वमनः तथात्मनः Translation by Sri Prabhupada. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. If one hears and chants or remembers this narration in the morning and the evening with great attention, he certainly becomes learned, experienced in understanding the Vedic hymns, and experts in self-realization. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Welcome, Prabhu. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Very happy to hear your voice. Hare Krishna. So here this verse, verse number 12 talks about Falasuti. Falasuti of whatever we are hearing the story of Nabhaga. So the Falasuti is given as if one hears and chants or remembers this narration which has happened between Nabhaga, Lord Shiva, in the morning and evening with great attention, what he will get, he will certainly become learned. Because Lord Shiva, is explaining the transcendent knowledge. He certainly becomes learned, experienced in understanding the Vedic hymns, and expert in self-realization. So this is the benediction anyone who receives, who will receive when he will actually chant this narration in the morning and evening. So that is Falashruti. So next section will be 13, verse number 13 to 28. That will continue on tomorrow. So now our Ambarisa Maharaj pastime will start from verses number 13 to 28. So in this 13 to 28 only we have this famous verse, Saivai Manakrishna Padara Vindayor Vacham Sivai Gunta Gnana Varnane Karo Harer Manjira Marjinadeshu Shrutim Chakra Vichata Sakdodeye Mukunda Lingalaya Darshine Drisho Tadbritya Gatra Sparshe Anga Sangamam. So all these things are coming how the Ambarisa Maharaj engaged all his senses, including the mind, in the service of the Lord. So that will come, and how Durvasa Muni offended such a great Mahabhagavat, and what was the result of that offense, and what was the conclusion of that. So that we will discuss in the coming verses. Hare Krishna. So any questions or comments, please feel free to unmute and ask, express it. Hare Krishna.
Praise our Lord, wonderful Balastudi. Only 12 verses, small verses.
And we get, yes. Yeah.
And lot of benefits. Really great.
Yeah. Yes.
So mercy. Really.
Yeah.
And probably in the coming one of the verses, Parishit Maharaj is asking Sukadeva Goswami, I'm very much interested in listening to Ambarisa, but tell me, how come Brahmana's curse did not have effect upon him? Generally, all the curses have their effects immediately.
Yes.
So wonderfully is asking, how is it?
Yes.
So Parishit Maharaj himself is being cursed by a Brahmana, and he is receiving that result. So
yeah, correct.
Asking.
That will be coming from the following verses.
Yes.
Yeah. Parishit Maharaj is asking very eagerly, how come the curse did not
affect him? Yes.
Could not act upon him. Then based on that, Sukadeva Goswami is narrating this pastime. Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you for that. Hare Krishna. So if there are no other further questions or comments,
Krishna's birthday.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you told about the two kinds of brahmacharis now. Once again, can you explain that?
Yeah. Naishtika Brahmachari, Mataji. And one Brahmachari is actually going to the Gurukul. After completing the Brahmachari period, he is entering Grahastha Ashram, maybe after the age of 23, 24, like that. So that is one kind of Brahmachari. But other is Naishtika Brahmachari, is lifelong celibate. Lifelong, he directly enters from Brahmachari to Sannyas Ashram. So it's called Naishtika Brahmachari, or we said Brahad Vrata Brahmachari.
Brother Brahmachari can marry, no?
Yeah, Brahmachari, both ashrams are accepted in our culture, Vedic culture. Either one can, after taking
education,
the training.
After
education
period, education are 25 years, he is supposed to be 100% Brahmachari. After that, he can become a Grihastha or a Naishtika Brahmachari.
Both are accepted. Both are accepted.
And after Grihastha, again, Vanaprastha and return to
Sannyas.
This Brahmacharyam, Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha also they have to practice Brahmacharyam. Then totally renunciation, sannyasa.
Yes.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishaka Vimalanki Mataji, for reminding about Rakshana's birthday. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhuji, it is today Tithi or English date of birth?
English date of birth. Yesterday is a star, I think. Yesterday is a
Hari
star.
Bol.
Today is the
Hari
actual
Bol.
date. Yeah. Today also Braj
Hare
Prakash
Krishna.
Prabu's birthday
So
also.
happy.
Yeah.
Today.
Prabhuji, yesterday Swati Nakshatra, no?
Yeah, Swadi star, Mata. Yes.
Yeah. Swati.
Yes.
Swati is
So,
great. Many great personality
My
have taken.
daughter's birthday was yesterday.
Oh,
yesterday, Mataji. Hare Bol. Very nice.
Prabhuji.
So
so Prabhuji, Brajafa Prabhuji is also today date of birth.
yeah, today date of birth 19th November. Also Prabhuji's marriage anniversary also.
Sisters, Prabhus.
Prabhu's.
Oh, Hari Bol. Okay, both on the same day.
Yeah.
Date. But both will be date. But Prabhu's Tithi was yesterday only, no?
Yesterday, Swadi star.
The great king and composer Swati Tirunal, Maharaja of all Travancore.
Oh, okay.
Prabhuji, he lived only for 33 years. He became king at the age of 16
Oh,
because there was no male in the family, so he was the first. And these 33 years, he composed more than 400 kirtanas in all the South Indian languages and in Brajabhasha, Odia, Bengali. He's a great scholar.
oh, name, Prabhu? Name?
Maharaja Swati Tirunal. He was born on Swati Nakshatra. He's Ramavarma actually.
Okay.
He's Swati Tirunal Ramavarma.
Okay. From Travancore.
Travancore, Southern Kerala.
Okay. Nice.
There is a Malayalam movie also on him. It is acted by one Kannada actor. Is acted as his.
Okay. In Tamil
And
Nadu
he's
also, Tamil Nadu also, there is one during Swati star, no? We have to take darshan of Lord Narsimhadev. It is very auspicious.
yes.
Three Narsimha Bhagavan is there. You have to, it is said, if you take the darshan of all the three Narsimhadev Bhagavan at different places close by, it said that it is very, very auspicious to take darshan of Lord Narsimhadev on Swati star.
Swati stars. So it was
Garuda
auspicious.
also they say Swati star.
So Rakshana from all of us.
Yes, Prabhu. All we seek all
Especially
the blessings of all
very Krishna
Vaishnavas and
conscious
Vaishnavis.
birthday and blessings.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Joy. Today, father don't have duty. That time he is there with you. Very lucky. Can have lunch with father. That is,
Yes, gone to
generally
school.
there is no opportunity. She has gone to school. Huh?
Yeah.
I think they can have color dress on birthday, no? Not uniform.
On some schools like that, but this school there is not like that.
Okay.